The reason why I'm going null there is so that when I get it, the value, I am making a new one, but I'm not going to be forking my world bounds because I've created a new test set. So there'll be two. It'll create two, basically. But they will be distinct. And I should actually make sure that they actually generate something. So let's go clear and let's see if this works. This just world bound has a value, but world bound doesn't. Yeah, I guess because world bounds never gets called check overlap yet, whereas I do call this on the prefab. Weird that the prefab has this. I guess it does make sense though, because I'm actually calling things on it. And to which I get a spawning of a direct row. I want to see if I do this enough. Do I actually get anything but ever a straight row? It would appear not. It would definitely appear not. With my also only specifically to the left. Like I'm not even getting like you'd expect if it's like an issue. Is it has to do with the bounds. So how do I display? Okay. This was what I was gonna do. I was gonna go into this. And I was going to maximize this for a second. Get some better visualization of it. What I wanted to do is temporarily take basically this entire section, and then put it into enumerator coroutine. And then I can call it, I can have something to stop it from continuing, and while it's waiting, I can actually see each step. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here. I.e. enumerator generate level. And in this generate of level, what am I going to do? I'm going to paste all that. I did uncut. Okay, so let's take all U. X. Paste. Here I'm going to go start. Go routine. Generate level. Okay, and when I generate my level here, at first I always basically, because I might keep this code long term, but I want to what if there's a nice way I can wrap yield returns so they don't actually do anything? I don't think I can, so I have to do yield return null at the bottom just so there's something. and then actually it needs a. I'm gonna make it take on complete. As a parameter, and then go down, 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 down to the end here. Go complete. But on the top here, just for now, I'm gonna go define. What am I defining? I am defining debug generation. And I'm gonna have a whole bunch of basically points where I will if def stuff. Okay. So first point, I think. Is here. So ish if whatever this thing's called. What is this? Oh, screw you. I do define it. I'm just writing something. I hate that they always decide that, like, I don't know, somebody decided that the best formatting for if defs like way on the left side. I think it's just wrong. I think it should be indented. So if debug generation, what I'm going to do here is while yeah, I'll do it while. So while not input, I'll just make it very basic. Input dot get key down key code dot. Let's just do space, I guess. Space is probably fine. Well, I don't have space. I'm just gonna be outputting something. And what I want to output is ideally I want to be able to draw the bounds. The annoying thing is that I have to do that in the gizmos section. Is there like a debug dot draw? I can't draw lines. Okay, draw line. Okay, cool. I might put that in room as like a debug option. Or draw the bounds. Rooms, okay, let's go to room for a second. The room bounds are there. I might want to have something to draw these. That's probably what I need to do. Okay, so I'll put those down here. Sure, I'll just make that an if tag. If boom. And then obviously not make it a while loop in here, make it a private. I might as well make this just, no, it would be a void, just a void draw bounds. Draw, oh, I'm gonna make a debug draw. Debug. Draw bounds. Debug. And here we go. Boop. And boop. And boop. Okay. Actually, if this is gonna be like this, I might as well make it system dot conditional. Is it diagnostics dot conditional? And yeah, it's a string, and then that's when I take that guy. And throw me. Okay, dokie. One second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I also figured I might as well try this out. This actually works well enough. I gotta scooch myself in a little bit, but at least I'm actually visually showing up here. I put myself in the okay. So getting this stuff moving forward, I wanted to basically debug lines. Okay, so this should take in a int bounds. Or what is it called? Bounds int. Maybe it was bounds int. Or rect int. Rect int. I'm gonna take that to draw. I'm gonna make the array because all these things are an array, so it's just gonna be easier to draw it that way. And then I'll go for each rect int, rect in draw. For each one of these guys, I am going to go and get rect dot okay, so go back to room, go back to where I do the whole gizmo crap. And I'm basically going to do a rehashing of this. So just copy that, throw it in here. Except I'm probably just not going to bother with that, 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 that. Just gonna go, not delete that. Go debug dot draw line. There's a few overloads. I just want to see. So there's color, duration. Oh, that's interesting. And depth test. I probably don't need duration because for this system I'm gonna. But actually, the duration is really cool for future things because that would be like really good for like visualizing things, like if you were shooting a gun or like shooting like visualization, like sight checks. Okay, I checked here. I checked this direction. I checked. But you could actually do that in a kind of cool way, I think. Really kind of cool. But anyways, here I want to do this. I also want to. I do want to plug in a color, and the color is going to differ depending on the thing I'm drawing. So line color, and then okay. So now I'm drawing with it's a start and end. Start and end. So let's just go like top left to top right, and then line, color, and then I need to do this 4 more times. I'm just gonna group all those together, and then I'll do this. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the other top left is then to bottom left, and then bottom left to bottom right, and then bottom right, top right. Okay. And then in here, so while I'm not holding this down, what I want to do is there will be yield returns, obviously. Return null. Okay. And we're gonna draw the potential bounds. So debug bounds, potential bounds. I'll do this in yellow. And then debug there, and then I'm going to draw room. Actually, I guess I need to. These are the room bounds, which actually aren't what I'm going to need. Check. Do I actually need these public? I might want these private. Final references. Are they all within room? Yeah. Because these should probably be private then, but I don't have to reserialize it quite yet, so 1 second. But public, I will make a public one for the world bounds though, to get the generated ones. World bounds. Get now. Do I need to in this get root? In this get, which I should put down here. And also let's put that down. In the get, would I want to make sure that world bounds exist? Because obviously if check world doesn't, yeah, so I probably do. So what I can do so is, yeah, I could do in here, then return underscore world bounds. and then I can just go in here, underscore world bounds equals world bounds, and then stab there. So then it'll automatically generate for an overlap. It doesn't only generate once. Okay. So in map generator here, I'm going to supply in room dot world bounds. Color is going to be red because it's the one that's conflicting. Okay. I think I am good enough to do a little test. What's happening? Let's do a refresh. Make sure the code's actually compiling. Yeah, I think it is compiled. Okay, so then let's click play. Okay. So we're currently trying to put a thing down. Okay. Yeah, so obviously they're going to overlay a little bit. So how would I fix that? I mean, I guess if I can tell that they're right there. But is that saying that the room that I'm trying to spawn thinks it's trying to spawn on this room? Is that what it's thinking? Must be. One second, so I might just add another option here. Vector 3 offset. Although, like, really, if I can't see them, then obviously it's going to be because they think they're a little bit on top of each other. Again, yeah, so it's, I spawned one room. My manager map thing still would probably have spawned room. So yeah, spawned one room. I assume it's just lucked into that, but now it's thinking certain things. Which it probably shouldn't be. Let's just offset this one by like vector 3 dot. I'm gonna write in 1, but then I'm gonna multiply it by like 0.05f. And then this offset is gonna be nothing. I'm just gonna make the default undefined. I'll give it a default equals vector 3 dot 0. Okay. I guess that makes some sense. Other things I would like to actually know is what is the map links that are So I have door connection, right? So that's the previously spawned door connection. And then I have so I want to debug dot draw. You only have lines. You can draw. Yeah. So the line I'm going to draw here is what am I going to draw here? I guess I'm going to switch over my monitor so I actually look like I'm looking at the screen versus the way. Let me just set that up for a second. Paste. Then also copy, paste, then yeah, okay. Move this over so you don't instantly get as much of an infinity mirror. But there we go. Okay, sweet. I don't know, that might be better. So I'm actually going to be looking at the screen. Of course, now I'm not looking at it because I'm looking over at the window to see it's all working, but that should be alright. Okay. I don't like now is the chat doc here. Hey. Yeah. Oh, okay. I might do this. Out. I can't move the chat around, can I? Okay. Whatever. Just hope that if anyone chats, I look over in a reasonable time. That will be my solution to that. Okay. Draw design. What was I actually doing over here? I was drawing some spots. Okay, so I want to draw at least the position to spawn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go this, and I'm going to go plus vector 3 dot forward, comma, and then plus vector 3 dot back. And then I want to color, I'm going to color this green, I think. This is like optimistically where I want to be. And then I'm going to make another one to the left and then to the right. Okay, so this is where we're saying we want to be spawning. Draw spawn location. Okay, That must be a compile time constant. No, fair enough. Okay, so go new vector 3 0 comma 0 comma 0. And another parentheses there. Bam. Next to compile. Did I not save? That knows I'm not. I'm so confused. I thought this would have been. I guess it's new. I go like default a vector, which is fine. The same thing basically. Cool. Let's just do that. I don't know why it doesn't like. I didn't like vector 3.0, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe you can't have a constant class, right? Yeah, I guess that might be it. Okay. Yeah, I can now see that like there's the line, but yeah, okay, so it's trying to spawn over there. Right? Like you can see that's the spawn location that it's trying. But for some reason it thinks it's bounds. I'm guessing the yellow, right? The yellow bounds thinks it's still, yeah, the potential bounds still are potentially not calculated correctly. Maybe it has to do with this way that I'm doing things here. That's entirely possible. Message me on Discord. Okay, it doesn't matter. I can look at that later. So yeah, that might be the issue. Room bounce. You're taking the room bounce. Then I'm setting them, right? So I guess I could check with. I mean, this one's irrelevant because obviously it's going to have world bounds that are actually relevant, right? Maybe if I should be drawing world bound. I probably don't want to draw world bound because it's going to get messy with this flow. But generate the world bound. So let's just step through maybe this. If I can breakpoint it. Okay. And then touch to unity. Just go down for a second. Space. space. Oh, no, I need to do that in the game view, right? Space, okay. So, world position. Notably not 0, 0, 0. Right? Okay. Can I actually see from the interesting? Okay, so and then test world bounds has 1 bounds, okay. And then so it goes to here, room bounds also has 1 set of bounds, which is what I expect there. And world whacked is 0, 0, 0, okay. X plus position X, so this probably shouldn't change. Yeah, okay, and then that should have. The plus equals is obviously not working to do what I want it to do. Do I need to like... Oh my god, position.y. That would explain why it's only happening in the frickin'... Yeah, so position, I want for the world rec y, for the rect int needs to be z. Okay. Oh, that was stupid. Yeah, at least yeah, that would explain why it's occasionally going left and sometimes right, but it still doesn't explain why it's mostly going left. Ooh. Okay, so then I actually figured it out. And there we go, I got a level. And there may still be some things going wrong here. There most definitely is. Okay, so yeah, this one is trying to put something there. And then that's wrong. And this level of yeah, that didn't, oh, I guess I detached. But okay, so this, when I'm checking the failure, this is when I found something that overlaps. Okay, this is actually what I would expect, I think. Should really draw the previous room because then that would have definitely helped me visualize what I'm trying to come from. So I'm going to do that. Previous. I'm also going to draw that. What do I do? So I'm going to do this first. I'm also going to make it green because these two are related, but I'm going to, instead of doing I want to make a little cross, like an X instead of a cross. And the way I would do that, I could just add these two together, but then it's not like it's bigger, and that would not. Gonna still, right. So in here, I'm gonna go this plus right. I'll just do new vector. New vector 3. I will remove this guy. I will go 0, okay, we'll go 1, 0, 1, and then this one would be, I'll just normalize it. Screw it. It will be nice looking. And then this one would be opposite, right? So -1 and -1, 20 pluses. And then down here, go bam, and bam. Again, I have too many pluses. Too many pluses. Gotta have that space there too. Yeah, and then so this one, I'm just gonna take the X there and not there. Okay. So that's the door location. And then the basically I'm going to draw the same thing again. Same two things, except in yellow. I guess I should draw this one in green. This is the new one. And when I'm instead of position to spawn, I am going to draw actually this one I know. This is this door connection dot transform dot position. Just paste that multiple times. And then this one is going to be previously spawned room dot transform dot position. That should give me a much better perspective of what's going on here. But I assume what happened here is this is the start. I went probably this, and then it failed there. I actually got a lot of successes before having failure. It's actually pretty good. Which just shows it's probably actually working. Decent degree? Okay, yeah, so this one failed, but yeah, it's saying this is the previous room, this is its door that I'm trying to spawn for. Why is that green? I didn't replace some. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so it's trying to spawn there. Obviously that doesn't exist, so let's just continue on, and then it's fine. Okay. Cool. At least that figures out that part. Now, this is obviously very snaky. Do I want to fix the snaky part first, or do I want to fix the other parts. Like this obviously is not going to work with the bounds. Don't work when rotated. Right now, I definitely know that they're just not going to work. Like, it's not impossible to fix. It's just something to fix. Do I think that's reasonable to fix now, or do I? I guess I could easily just. I don't have it. I don't have a uneven room, do I? Let's just enable this for a second. Let's, if I can do anything quickly, let's just at least make one uneven sized room, just to show how effed I'm going to be. Okay, well, actually, why don't we first see if it can handle these other rooms, before I move on to the thing that at least I know it's going to not like. So room 4x4, so let's take room 4B. Oh, right. I need to actually, God, okay, none of these rooms are set up. So, never mind. I lied. I'm not going to do that yet. So if I'm going to spend some time making an actual proper room to test stuff. I guess I could use this room and make this room like my super weird room now. I'm going to make a duplicate of it. And it's going to be 3x6. And it's going to be the A variant, I guess. And then I'm going to drag that into here, and original prefab it is. And then we're going to go and start editing this guy. So I'm going to take all of these. I'm going to move it up there. Oh God, I have a... Ooh. Snaps, go away. Okay. What is my snap? Why is it 1? And why does that break things? Okay, now it's fine? No? Really? Oh no, this one's 1. I'm so confused. Okay, so now it's 1. Okay. The difference between snap increment and grid snapping. Oh, this is like how much it moves per increment. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, so then I'm gonna also take all of these. All of those will apply. These we're just gonna go and duplicate up here. Duplicate. We duplicate. We duplicate. We, and then don't need to duplicate that. I'm just gonna duplicate once more. Yeah. Okay, and then here basically just need to copy these guys. Take this one as well. Duplicate. Remove them over here. Rotate them. And just delete this. Do I actually have a proper corner piece here at all? I think I override them. Okay, let's just go to floors, select. Where's the right one? This guy. So do that, and then make sure he's at the right height. I'm gonna need to view the scene piece for, which I assume it's probably 0 right now, so yeah, he needs to up his game a bit. There we go. Right. That's definitely not correct. It's supposed to be this guy. Okay. This guy, you can go to hell. And this guy, back. Then he comes up. And I rotate him a couple times. Too much. There we go. Okay. And then I have most of this stuff. Just need to get the sides. Bam. 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 Rotate. Bam. Bam. And it's trippy, but that's just because the other room prefab is covering it. Why is there like a space there? It's like not, yeah, this one's not fully on the right spot. Interesting. Okay. Oh wait, are these just singletons? Okay, well, I'll just delete the singletons because yeah, wants those. Okay, and then paste that there. Okay, already duplicated. So where did I start here? Must have started there. So yeah, these would go here. And duplicate. There. Duplicate. There. Duplicate. There. Yeah. Is that a very weird room? Yeah, but that's kind of the point. So does like okay, it does actually meet the grids. Okay. Sweet. So I have that part of the room. Okay, so then I need to actually do the room class integration. So make it a room, add a little class script on it. Door locations. Right, okay, let's do all this in. I'm just gonna grab one of the, where are you? Room 1A. I'm gonna duplicate this, throw it in room A. Go add a game object, add. I added it to the wrong room. God damn it. File, yeah. I know I did. I applied it to the right. I just called the wrong thing because I. Alrighty, 1 second. Let's go duplicate this again. Throw it in here. Rename it properly. You game. Okay. There we go. Add. Lie. Now let's go back into you. Into edit mode. Go to edit. Why won't you go into edit mode? Okay. I just broke Unity. Okay. I think I made Unity very sad. Wait. I edited the 3x3 and made it into the 3x6. And then the one that I created, you Unity, what have you made me do? Okay, I'm gonna call that 3x6 for now. And then I don't know, I'm going to call it 3 by 3, just basic. Probably not going to be any variations with 3 by 3, so maybe we're fine there. And then in here, I'm going to call this a 3 by 6 dash A. I did an exclamation mark instead of an A. That cool. Okay. And we go. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And then I think that's what I want to do on a computer quickly. All right. Okay. So that's done. And now let's get back to doing this. So room. Okay, so this first get the room bounds in here. Oh god. Okay, it's not centered at all. Does it matter if it's not centered? Yes and no. I mean, I probably would be nice if it was. Again, I'm not actually in prefab mode, so can I actually go into this thing now? Okay, it lets me know. Okay. Before I do that, let's just move this to a location that if I center it, it will be nice. This one also have this problem? Yeah, kind of. I guess it's fine. Like it always positions it based off the door location, so it doesn't really matter. It is just a little weird. I guess sure. No, whatever. Wait, why am I getting? Oh, okay. Right. Go in here. Now let's edit this from here. Okay, so the bounds. Let's just get bottom. Oh, -6. Assume is over there. Yeah, and then the -12 to get to the bottom. 12. Yeah. Okay. And then it's a 20. It'd be 18, so it'd be 18 wide, and then it would be 36 tall. There we go. Okay, so we got that part. Now let's go to nav points. I want to show you existing piece. All right, and then probably also make sure that this is centered, although centered is subjective in this world now. Okay, so then this door, again, it's on the edge here. That one's already actually perfect, which is kind of funny. This one goes here. This one. This one? No. This one. So no, I actually do want to ask the question of whether or not I want to make like this the center point for these 3 spots, and then do that. Yeah, I think that's fine. That works well enough for me. So then, got my doors. I just need to add all but the center one. Which is the center one? Here are the filthy centers. Okay. And go back up here. Fuck you. That's this centrist guy. Boom. Alrighty. So you're in. Got the right things. Got the right bounds. Sweet. Okay. Mr. Strange Room, you now exist. And I'm going to now hide this whole prefab world again. Go to this. I'm going to drag this guy into here. And I'm going to watch my world just totally implode. How does that actually look workable? Okay, I mean, again, it's only working because it was very lucky. Wait. Oh, because it takes the... So it's visually showing here correctly, but I seriously doubt if the... level manager probably thinks of it as that. It probably still thinks it's going up there. That's just layer. So went up there, went up here, went down there, went here, and went there, went there, went there. So like you could totally see how I could like potentially link up some of these somewhere, shape or form. It'd be so cool. Like looks like a level already, kind of. I mean, it's probably a far away. Still gotta have like some corridors and crap. Oh whoa! It went way down here. Oh, and then this is the first time it had an issue, which again, that's actually fine. But yeah, you definitely get into issues like that. I mean, pretty crazy actually. What I may want to do here though is I'm gonna just move this debug section that I hate this, that I have to like, the reason why I have to have this in there, wish there was a nice way to like methodize this. I could method like the drawing part, I guess, but still have to just patch in all this. At least it's not that big. I'll probably do that, I guess, at least. I can miss out on there. Yeah, okay. We'll just call this debug draw details. And what am I gonna need? I'm gonna need basically, I'll just take it, make it give me 2 bounds, an array, and then 4 positions. That's what I'm gonna go for at least. So rect int doesn't even like give me the matching here. Like, does it seriously no longer have insert matching brace as an option? Matching sense. Do completion, snippets. Brace. Automatic brace completion. I don't know if I type in this. No, you don't want to. You don't want to do anything. Anything with it. I don't know, man. What is wrong with Visual Studio, man? They're not like. There's nothing else in here for braces, right? Code style. Automatically format block, yeah. Running. New lines and formatting C#. It's not going to do anything there. I don't know what the difference between a dot and a check mark is. But it doesn't really seem to do anything, so maybe I just don't care. Alrighty. I am going to now get into, so the first bounds was room bounds. Probably wasn't, but it is now. So rect int boom boom potential bounds, comma, and then I need 4 positions. So vector 3 is potential position. Potential position. Potential door position is next. I'm just gonna paste this 3 times and then I'll fill in the blanks. Potential door position. Previous room position, and then previous room door position. Okay, that's a lot of parameters, but got a lot of things I need to place. But okay, so that. So actually cut it out. I did cut it out. So before I do that, we will go and say and it was potential bounds and then potential bounds, comma, potential bounds a second. So room dot world bounds, potential bounds, potential spawn position is next. And door location is there, and then third is the room location. And then lastly, I guess I should have copied the whole thing of that last variable previously spawned room dot transform dot position. Position. And then the last there. Okay. And then I need to now just fix this up so this actually knows what's what. So that, that. Until door position. Bam, 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 bam. Previous room position. Place you, place you, place you, place you. And this, and then also goes. Remove that comma because it doesn't need to be there. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Bam. And then what's next? So now at least I can just kind of copy and paste this little chunk or littler chunk in different places when I need it, which is maybe a little bit better. So this will automatically translate to if there's a success or not. But if there is a success, maybe I do want to draw it just in case. So I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna do the else. And put this over here again because you've decided that formatting wise you for some reason like that over there. And then the world bounds, I guess there is not anything breaking it. So I'll just do null here, and then I will go into this, and then I will make sure that if room bounds is not equal to null, then we will do this. Save. That's interesting. You can see this is probably because it's rotated, right? So the bounds here are not thinking as having a rotation. So I assume if I go over here and I press space, yeah. So it does that because I did get key instead of get key down, didn't I? Why did I get key down? Interesting. So I guess because it all happens in one frame. So I need to just do this. I need to probably spend some time just to adjust the formatting there so it doesn't do that anymore. But yeah. Then it makes these things surprisingly well considering. I still haven't had it come across that edge case where it's like colliding with something that doesn't exist. Okay, so bam, 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 something like that. So it goes there. Then it looks like that's actually probably normal. Yep. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, obviously that is an error. So I do need to figure out it looks bad, but it's not actually. Yeah. So it always ends up having the actual still the pivot correctly. It's just it doesn't necessarily have the other stuff. I wonder if okay, so right now I'm spawning it with that spacing. But now the problem with the spacing is it's not counted in the bounds, right? Like, so this thing can happen. I mean, obviously, the other problem with this is that um, it doesn't handle the rotation, but even if it did, it would still probably allow that because it's not colliding on it. It's just right next to it, which in this case looks fine, but there are many other rotations in which it would not work out. And so I probably do want some way making that work. Okay, so let's handle the rotation first and then we'll move on to the spacing. I was thinking for a moment that I would like, oh, just I could just go in and by on a design kind of front add, you know, the extra padding basically on all these sides, equivalent to like one space. But I don't really like that in kind of like practice. Like one of course is it then makes it mean that I have to actually force that amongst everything, which again, I can create some things to fix that, but I don't really want to. But more importantly, the other part was that eventually I think I'm also gonna do corridors, right? And corridors need to have concept of where rooms are, but they don't necessarily need to have care about that padding anymore. So there has to be some sort of way in potentially fix that. Um, and like I don't necessarily want to make it so that like, because I could make it so that I have check overlap with like a bonus part, and then I would do world instead of world bounds. I would do like world bounds plus. I'd make like a padded bounds. At the same time as world bounds. But I need to know what the padding is when I create that then. I guess I could just like make this these two variables like static at the time or something. To really force that out, but it doesn't feel great either. So anyways, let's get back to the rotation part, because the rotation part at least is just a technical issue, not a design issue. Look at that. So the way I need to account for this is I need to actually be able to supply a quaternion rotation into basically generate world bounds for rotation. Because then both here and when I use it in the other area, I can put that in and then you can apply the U rotation and we can rotate the things accordingly. And yeah, and while I'm doing this, so the nice thing about this is, so I guess, okay. So if I go into this thing right now and I just rotate it by 90, notice that thing rotates, but it really shouldn't, because I guess it's because it's doing that because when it's looking at things, it's not looking at, it's already transforming it. I wonder, does this actually, like, this thing have? Guess I could just go and get the matrix, and then I could do the inverse matrix, right? So I'm getting distracted a little bit because this is obviously displaying properly. just by only having local values here. And right now, obviously, I'm doing some modifications to apply the world bounds. But what I could potentially do is do some other things. Really, all you have to do is change the positions. I would say there's some complicated math that you could get into if you supported like 45-degree angles, which I'm not. So it should be easier, but I could, I'm really tempted to just try using something like this. No, but then I have to give it a transform. I don't want to do. So again, if I go back to just map generator to where I use this in map generator. It doesn't respond. And I do actually have a legitimate quaternion rotation. Is there a nice way to get, I guess there should be probably some sort of way that I can get the I don't want to build writer taking over in my brain. So if I do put a quaternion here, just do that for now. Rotation. And then in here, all it is going to be is transform dot a rotation. And then in map generator, it's going to be the rotation to spawn. And then room. Going back to here now with the rotation, I want to be able to transform it basically by the rotation. So I want to see what I can get from rotation, because you might be able to set axis angle, Euler to can get the Euler angles. I can get an angle set from to rotation. No. Do Euler. So I can do Euler. That one's. What is the right one? All these are deprecated. Do angle axis. Now it's an angle amongst an axis. I mean, that would give me the 4 possible directions. And then I can just rotate them out. I was really hoping for like an ability to like more dynamically rotate a point. To look up quickly. C# rotate point by a quaternion. Let's see what that gives me. Pivot point using quaternion, angle axis, okay, and then position equals rot times transformed dot position minus point pivot plus pivot point. Right, okay, so it's the local position. That's basically, so you're rotating. Okay, you can just rotate them. You can actually literally just multiply the quaternion by the position. Let's try that. I mean, worth a shot, right? So this is the local. The pivot basically is the world pause, I believe. Yeah. So if I go world rect dot, does this have position? It does have position. It even has a set and gap. Okay, so then I multiply it by rotation. That's because it's a vector int though. Whew, okay, so this all can be fixed because I can go, oh yeah, no, it's because it's a vector int. So we're gonna make a vector 3 position equals new vector 3 with world rect dot x. I'm gonna go comma 0 comma world rec dot z. Right, so that's their positions. And then, not z, but y. The y is the z, but not the z. Vector pause, not position, because we already have a position. So I don't know. Wasn't liking that. I do have a position. Okay, and then I then take this. I guess I can just go rotation times that, and then I go dot x plus this. Wait, so that's it. Then do this whole thingy. Go around it. Get it nice and rounded. Then I can just go rect position.x and then make this equal. And rect position plus position, rect position.z. What's that? Okay. Now let's see if that actually works. appears not. I mean, it did something to it. Definitely say that. It definitely did something to it. But it did not make it correct. Well, let's just... So it was like up there instead, but now it's still up there. Always up. Right, let's see, so is the... What position is kind of correct here? Maybe then this one's wrong. Kind of feels like it's almost inversed in something. Yeah, it feels like it gets the top left, but then it doesn't change. Right, okay, so because it doesn't change um the pivot of the thing. So I think I get it gets the right location to have as a corner, right? So you'll always notice it's hitting a corner that will eventually be a corner, but it's not actually getting the corner that it needs to be. So I need to like take this and realize which corner it is now. So that I can adjust back. Does what I've done actually make sense then? The rotation is it's moving the left corner basically, but it's not actually, maybe not what I want. What I want is to know where the new left corner is. So knowing where the left corner goes, I want to know where the left corner, the new left corner. That's where I should be putting it, right? So, and obviously with the square, it's the same spot, right? So it doesn't, even if this is rotated, it's actually the same spot, but then if you rotated it, it would just be across. So how do I use this information in a way that is useful? I wonder if the size I can somehow make do with. Negative sizes wouldn't work, right? I'm just curious, like, if I were to click on this room and just for the visualization, can I make width negative? I can. Okay. So that actually does give me some hope here. Of course, I don't want to leave that. Basically, I would just do the rotation and then check if the width or height is negative. Then I would flip it, or then I would minus it and then add it. I can, yeah, I'd have to minus it twice. that it can be positive. I think that's how it works. I would minus it so that I can have a positive. Because if it's like this is the pivot point and it's saying here, I would have to. No, I could just minus it and then have it the normal, I think. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay. So duplicate this, go and do rect size here. And with the rect size, I'm gonna then rotation and then world rect dot width multiplied by height, and then if rect size dot x is less than 0, then I'm going to pick world rect x and minus equals, I guess plus equals because it's still a negative number. Rect size dot x and then rect size dot x will equal now the math f dot absolute value of rect size dot x. And then space there. Convert some x's to y's. Y. What did I just do? Dot y. Dot y. Dot y and dot y, and then okay. Last not but least, world rect dot width equals rect size dot x, duplicate height dot y. Bam. Okay. Let's see if this craziness is actually right. Okay. I don't think it's correct. So what's happened here is that like the bottom, it is the bottom left. Yeah. Okay. It's getting the bottom left and its height, but it's not getting the height properly. X seems to be perfectly fine. But yeah, it just fails to seemingly get the y value. Interesting that for these ones, it seems to get the top left instead of the bottom left. Yeah, and this one's probably straight wrong. No. Should I do something where like, because it's the z, that's why. Zero. Z right, world rect dot y. Actually, for this one, I'm going to leave that as y. And then I'm just going to move this. Although, no, I actually do have to have it as z because the rotation only applies to the z. Okay, so z, that, and then z, and then z. Okay, then rect size z. Okay. I think I've got it right. Okay. So that has the potential of being right. That has potential of being right. That also looks cool. Sweet. Also cool. Cool. Yeah, so that's the oh, yeah, realizes that's wrong. Okay. Realizes that wrong. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, no, besides this problem, it's getting pretty close. I think if yes, I can solve that problem, I can probably then get onto the corridor part where I actually start linking up these rooms and trying to find a relatively good links to them so that they have more than just the two links. Yeah, I think that's like impossible. Link. I don't even think. Can I put a? I have been able to put a storage closet in here. No, yeah, so that would have been just no good because this storage closet would have overlapped that one. Damn. Yeah, so definitely that's why I need that buffer zone. So this one also would have been an invalid location to place something. Um, okay. So the next step here, yeah, is like I said, the buffer or padding. So basically is what I need to be able to figure out. Is a way for me to apply padding to the sides. Without causing a problem. So what I could do is, yeah, I could take an int, I'm going to call it padding. By default, it's 0. So if padding greater than 0, obviously negative, then no padding. I don't care about negative padding. Maybe I care at some point, but I don't think I care at this point. So if there's padding, I will add, figure out a two parts. So I'm going to add a padded bounds. Padded world bounds. And I'm going to keep track of an int private int underscore last padding value. Okay. So if padding is greater than 0, I'm going to need to get some padding. And my world bounds is going to be equal to, at the end of this, equal to padding. Padded world bounds. So what does padded world bounds equal to? So first of all, this is what I'm doing the other check. If last padding value does not equal the padding that I put in, then I need to regenerate. So basically kind of like this. And world bounds, instead if it's going to equal padded world bounds for the transformed out position. Then I'm going to have to in here add a padding value. Right? Yeah, that should be simple enough. Okay. Then I'm gonna int padding. And the one value I'm going to do here what is the one value I'm going to do here? I forgot what I was doing. Right, okay, so I'm just going to take the padding, right? Okay, so I'm going to make the padding by default 0, right? But what the padding will do is when I go to this, I'm going to add padding times 2. Same thing on the bottom here. Times 2. And then here I'm going to minus padding. And same thing here. I'm going to minus padding. Sweet. Because yeah, that'll move it to the left and move it down. Right, so adds the padding there, and then I need to compensate for the amount that I've moved down. So I add back up, and then I add the padding. So that's why there's 2. Okay. Now I have a padding overlap, which I should be able to use for this in the situation where I check overlap potential bounds, and I'm going to go comma, and I'm going to put in the padding, which is, what did I call it? Underscore room buffer space times underscore grid unit size. Now, do I actually only do half? No. Because I don't do half of that because this one won't have that padding. I think it's fine. Yeah, so this one this will have the padding. I think it's fine. Could have honestly just done it on the one that I'm checking. That actually might be less of a overhead. Because obviously this one is the padding, it won't get too close to anything. Let's try that first. I'll be faster. It does have the downside of making that look kind of silly. But it does show that, like, hey, it's not going to be. Very good. So now with that does seem to add the although that never even had a failure, so that was just like pure chance that decided that it was gonna be like that. Okay. That actually seemed to work okay though. I did say quarters are next, but I'm not gonna get there today. But there is something I want to try. So one thing that annoys me obviously is this long chain, because I'd rather them be grouped. I want them to be close as possible, right? And so what I'm thinking of is instead of making it so that I always take the last room, right? So like if the spawn has a count, I always just take the spawned value. But instead, I actually kind of want to do basically what I'm doing here, except maybe starting from 0. I could remove this and then actually just move this. Go to make this into a little method. So yeah, cool. What I'm gonna do is make a little method here, private room get room to spawn from. Now essentially I'm going to take this I'm going to just rewrite this. I'm going to make it eyes because now I want die when equals that while I is less than and I plus plus, and then I, and then if the room is not generated or ignore, and it has a count of rooms, then I'm going to return it. Just go return room. Otherwise, return a null. And then at the end of this loop, I'm going to cut this out basically because I don't longer care about that part of spawned. I will do it after this because if it is the only room that I can spawn from, then I do want it to be there. Then if previously spawned room the location has, in this case I'm going to say is null or empty. So if it is null or empty, I'm going to say previously spawned room, and I'm going to rename this to now be spawn from room. Yeah. Cool. Let's see how that works. See if it results in kind of a more grouped up thing. No, I just get an ORF. Instantly. What's an ORF? 192. 192, 92. On from room. Oh, yeah. Wait, an eagle spawned. It's supposed to get from here. But also, if it is null, so basically, yeah, if it is null, that's a reason to assign it a value. So, it's equals null or that confirm. And it's getting null because obviously it's never been assigned before in the first iteration. So that's why instant break. Okay. So yeah, now it's cycling around the first room. As that's break, realizes that's break, actually spawns something there. Oh, yes. The unfortunate thing is, yeah, it's going to try that again, but so I guess how I could stop the rechecking by if it's a failure to the extent of that I'm ignoring it, I should just remove all. I guess no, because it's a success at one point. And I do want to keep them in that case. I do kind of want to keep them because I do need to link them later on, right? Potentially. That already is a much better layout. I mean, it's got its like distinct kind of cross shape. Which there's going to be ways kind of to get around that, but it actually is like a group together like layout of a map, which I like. Let's just quickly undefine this so we can see a few quick maps being laid out. Instead of me having to press space through all of it. There may be some optimization change that I can do so it doesn't have to like go through a bunch of these things already. But yeah, I do like that, right? Like that's pretty cool. And these are just 2 rooms, right? I'm pretty actually happy with that. So I might just spend a couple minutes just making some more of the rooms. I want to make these rooms this one and this one into actual room prefabs that I can spawn and see what that does. This is gonna be fun. Just see what hell that unleashes. But yeah, then I can start to see how things really shape up. Do I want to try? I could also try making like a double bounded room and see how that actually works when you spot it in. So let's first just make these two. We'll see how they work, and then we will go from there. So before I move that over though, I'm going to go and grab nav points from here, duplicate, then I'm going to throw that into room B, go 0, 0, I'm going to rename it to not have the dot, and then I am going to say, yes, I do want to add that game object to this prefab. Then I will go edit it further. Come on, let me edit. Why don't you let me edit? Select, open. There we go. Now you let me edit. All right. Rooms, walls, floors, nav points. Why are the nav points are showing? Okay. I'm gonna have to add some more, but that's totally fine. So let's show the connections just so that stuff is working a little bit better. So there we go. I wonder if I should make it more like this, and then I'll have some cross points. This would be like here, be here. So we'll have a new link, goes out here. This one does go out, right? Okay, that's correct. And then this, create a new link there, rotate it so it's over there. And then select this one again, and then create a new link that goes over here. Create a new link that goes up here. And select this one, create a new link that goes over here. Rotate its door. I need to select this one. I'm gonna, that's 6 and 6. Link up 6 and 6 to this, okay? And then do you want to create a new link though? It's here, duplicate, or rotate it, and then create a new link that's here, there, and then rotate. And then I wonder if I should make these ones be able to cross. Sure, why not? This -6 and 6. 6 and 6, right? So link those two. Did it actually link, right? Did not link? Six and 6 is not linked to -6 and 6. But it is linked to. What is this? Select. Okay, so no, actually, no, 4 would make sense here. 4 would make sense here. I think I just didn't drag it. Yeah, so 4 is good, okay. But I want to take 6 and 6, drag it as a connection, yeah. And then this one is 6 and -6, and so assuming I need to drag this one. Go to, yeah, okay. Now all those are linked up. Fancy room. Big room. Not even that big. It's the same room size as the other one. It's just got a bazillion transit little options. And then basically what I'm going to do is I go over to here and I add a room component and I lock it, and then I'm going to select anything that has a 12 in it, because those are all the edges. Go and slap the door locations in there. And then okay, and then room bounds, do need to set that up. So then this is going to be -12 and -12, and then it's going to be 24 by 24. Why aren't I seeing that? Weird. Oh, it's because I'm not actually selecting the room, that's why. Okay, yeah, there you go. 24. I am. Cool. So now we can leave that. Go to this guy. Yeah, we've proved that basically the pivot point doesn't matter at all. I am going to take again this thing, duplicate it, gonna throw it in this. So yeah, what I ended up doing is this. Is I renamed it, and then I proceeded to edit the one that I didn't rename. Very smartly. Apply to prefab, okay, and then just gonna get into it. And it doesn't like it when I guess, add it like that. I don't know. Unity's weird sometimes. So let's just get this guy back over here. One's much easier to set up. I just have to drag these. That's not cool. Why is this off? Okay, so it's because this is so off. Yeah, and then now there we go. That's already good. There and there, and then move the center one, maybe more in the center. Okay, and then I assume 3 and 3 is probably the center one. Yeah, okay. So again, go to room, go to here, add a room script, and then go door locations. Lock this. One, two, drag there. Bam. It's been dragged. Okay, and then room bounds. This again, I have some weird one, so it's like -6. It's gonna be like -12, and then it's 18, 18 and 18. There we go. Another room down. Okay, I got 3 rooms. All good to go. And all I need to do now is disable that. I want to go to Level Manager Hub. I want to go and drag in room 3x3 and room 4x4B. And I'm gonna hit play and see what madness comes up. I guess you go no ref. No ref. Got now, so didn't really matter. Okay, that's pretty cool little law. Cool. So last thing I want to do is procedural. I just want to create a odd shaped, like an L-shaped thing. I want to see if that works. Because I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not. Hypothetically, I've built the system so that it can do that. So, like, why not, right? Room L. The loser room. The L room. Find a nice little space for this. I'm gonna move this guy up here. Move this guy down here. Got a little space just to be himself. And then we go here. And how am I gonna make this L room properly? Which space do maybe I'll take this section and pull it out. So it'll be another that space. And then it only has one more door. I like that. Okay. That's gonna be the plan. I take this, 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 and I take this, and I take this, and then I move them all the way over here. So I should have also taken this. Okay, and then we take some of these guys, duplicate them, we move them, duplicate them, we move them, duplicate them, we move them. And then also duplicate again. We're going to rotate them. I'm going to move them. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to need that. And duplicate. Then duplicate one more. Put him there. And then I'm going to take this guy, duplicate him, move him over here. Give him a rotate twice. And put him back where it belongs. Oh. Let's not do that. Okay. Don't zoom in and destroy these things. Okay, so then again, take some to duplicate, put them over here, take some to duplicate, don't not drag them, duplicate again, and then duplicate once more, rotate, rotate, put them up here. Should delete this. Set these back, duplicate, and there, and then those will all be the new things. So this guy, I guess, so I can stick him over here and rotate, rotate, rotate. And then this guy can be duplicated, duplicated, and duplicated. Go, and now I need to do some custom stuff for this. It's gonna be, no, it's actually, yeah, it's all gonna be new pieces. So let's select you, go find the pieces that are needed. So first of all, I need the corner wall. You need to be able to look at what it is. Yep, that's the guy. You go in here, just there, good. And then rotate, rotate. And then, actually these do fine for this spot, yeah. It's just purely a one dot one that I want here. Where are you, Mr. One Dot? Here you go. And rotate. There we go. Yep. I've got my L-shaped room. And then just need to drag that guy over there. Although actually, one second, what I might do. Is on these nav points, this guy. And then show connections. So what I actually want to maybe do here is This one, I'm gonna unlink it, and then I will delete him. And then this guy, I'm just gonna put a point down here, and then I will create some more links that will handle the other parts. And so with that, I'll be able to go back to my room, and then I just need to select the rightmost one. Yeah, so now I can see all those are room links. Actually, no, so then 4 and 6, I think I don't want anymore. -6, yeah, so then that should actually be -12. There, so those are my doors. Cool. Those are all connected, and then the width. Yeah, so this is where I get actually into having a room with 2 sets of bounds, which is kind of cool in my opinion. I think it's interesting to set up a room with multiple bounds. Same Y, just a 12 and 12 here though. Okay. Let's see how this guy gets along with everyone else. Wasn't I supposed to make it a 3x3? Eh, even weirder. It's like a 5. Yeah, this is a strange piece of stuff. But I mean, if it can handle it, it'll handle other things. I do like this way of spawning things though. Eventually I think I'm gonna have to make some sort of logic to make certain pieces more or less likely, right? Like this and this one probably don't need to be spawned as many times as something maybe like more standard. But that's not too hard to do. So I can do that another day, or do I want to do it now? I could do it now. I mean, what's like 20 more minutes? Wife's still watching anime. So she'll be fine. Let's go. And fix the spawn problem. Right, okay, so the only way, or the way I have to do that is pretty simple actually. So I just make a system dot serializable little public class, and then these are going to be room spawn details. So should be able to do things with this more accurately. And instead, so then I just basically have a public room variable, prefab, room prefab, and then a, gotta, of course, type what type it is, and then public int weight, chance weight. Let's call it chance weight. That's maybe a bit better. And then it'll equal 1. And then, yeah, eventually I might add more things to that because it's a nice class to be able to expand upon. And then what I will do is make a private list of room. I did not type in the right thing there. To this room underscore. This is going to be room pool or something. Yeah, room pool. The pool of rooms that I want to spawn. Equals new vsto of rooms. And there we go. So if I have this room list of rooms and all these things, I need to actually spawn things into it. So I'm going to have to change spawn details into room prefabs, room pool details. I'll call it. You're gonna have to rename all of that. So then, yeah, if room pool details is all empty, we no rooms to generate. But then we're going to as well go, and before we go into the generation tool, we're going to go and go initialize. It's not going to get called more than once, so I don't have to care about that. We're going to have to do the room pool. So for each room spawn details in my underscore room pool details, I'm going to then have another for loop int I equals 0, then I is less than underscore room pool details dot I should actually it's details, not right, details dot chance weight, and I plus, and then I'm basically going to populate my room pool with more items with the details dot room prefab. I should probably just do some little small check to say, hey, details dot prefab equals null. If that's the case, we're just going to continue. But then I go there, and then I should just be able to change room prefabs into room, and then bing bada boom. So I was actually getting a null, I think, when I played, so I'm just gonna turn off that clear on play just to see what's going on here. And then how many rooms did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So again, I don't want to drag them from there though. I want here. So this room, this room, this room, then this room, and this room. Okay. It's interesting that it gives still a 0 ring. Okay. So I want to make room L and this one like super low. This one should probably be the highest. And then this one can be moderately high. I want this one almost as much, and then this one kind of as much. And see how that goes. So you still see them. They're obviously much less now. Cool. I do look forward to like, okay, so I just want to see then, would I be able to, like, so I could hypothetically make that there, then you start figuring out how you join these. I guess they kind of need a diagonal, don't they? Because a turn won't quite do it. So yeah, they'd have to the same thing I think down here, right? Yeah, it's gonna be half. God damn, I really need to figure out a better thing to do than the diagonal, because this diagonal's so ugly. But it would work, right? Like, so you do that, then you get a straight. Then similar thing, right? You just go and get a diagonal, rotate it. Boom, boom. Why? Or do I actually need a different type of diagonal? I mean, I guess I could fix this, but I guess these I have to like inverse it, right? So you have to like that. Can't actually fix that with the rotation. You actually have to inverse it, which is interesting. But then yeah, you get a straight that would just be 90, and then could link it up like that, and then as well with the straights, you would be able to. Didn't want to go and look at the straight. I wanted to just go in this here, and duplicate and place that there. Right, so that's kind of like how something could look. It's obviously really not the greatest. The two of these need the thingamabob. Maybe there's like another way I can, like, if I can maybe do something so that because obviously like in this situation this whole area is useless now. I think that's not going to get any use from it. So there could be a situation where I am able to make a corridor that comes out more, that we don't have to do that. or do something. Because, like, I guess the other way you could have done this is if I just wanted to sacrifice one direction, right? Like, so you take this direction, you take it, and then this is gone, and this is gone, right? We could have so this is gone. You just took all of this. This is not going to work. So I could move it down, and then I could move these ones, and then I'd only have one diagonal, right? Because the diagonal would be going up to there instead, but or just not even do it and just do some more other things, more little closets. All right. Okay, I think that's probably what I'm gonna end it today. I'm getting a little tired. It's been, how long has the stream been? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Pretty damn long. Pretty good progress though. Came from a really dumb, stupid long line to something that looks kind of like a layout of a level. So next time, I guess we're just starting the corridors section, which is definitely going to be fun thinking through, thinking how that gets connected and done and working. So, let's see how it goes next time. Yeah. Thanks for watching.